Thanks for staying with us. You're watching WION World is One. I'm Adhe Juneja and this is Speed News. Let's start with all the stories making headlines today. US President Donald Trump said that he decided not to carry out new strikes against Iran after the request from Gulf allies Qatar, Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates. The US President added that a plan was in place for US forces to carry out the biggest attack since World War II on Sunday. But Trump decided to scrap the plan and give diplomacy more time to play out after hearing from key Gulf leaders, including Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Israeli airstrikes killed at least 17 people in Gaza, including children, on Sunday, according to the local hospitals. On Saturday, an airstrike hit a car in Gaza City and killed 4 people. However, the Israeli military said the strikes on both Saturday and Sunday targeted Hamas military operatives. Earlier, US President Donald Trump announced that Hamas had agreed to disarm and Israel would halt its attacks on Gaza and withdraw from the territory. Israel reacted to Trump's announcements and shared security concerns with the White House regarding the proposed disarmament deal with Hamas. At least 14 people were killed in fresh cross-border attacks between Russia and Ukraine on Sunday, according to officials from both the countries. Ukrainian strikes on Russia killed at least 9 people, while Russian attacks on Ukraine left at least 5 dead. Kiev targeted energy facilities and retail warehouses as part of retaliatory strikes aimed at increasing pressure on Moscow to negotiate an end to the war. Russia said that its forces had intercepted over 1,000 drones from Ukraine, while Ukraine claimed that it had attacked a Russian military airfield. The Russian Ministry of Defense said in its latest report that air defense units intercepted 6 guided aerial bombs, 1 HIMARS rocket, and 1,158 fixed-wing drones launched by the Ukrainian forces. Around 1,500 protesters took to the streets of Madrid to demonstrate against the Spanish government's handling of the migration crisis that has overwhelmed the Spanish enclave of Ceuta. The influx triggered chaos in the city in North Africa and reignited the immigration debate in Europe and beyond. The demonstrators carried banners directly blaming the socialist government of Pedro Sanchez for the migration crisis. UK Prime Minister Andy Burnham said that he had been in touch with his Spanish counterpart Pedro Sanchez regarding the migration crisis in Ceuta. Burnham said that around 98% of the people who came to Spain last week have now been returned to Morocco. He has also added that Spain and Morocco have struck an agreement. Canada's second-largest airline, WestJet, has been facing a crisis as flight attendants are on strike due to a pay dispute. The Canadian Union of Public Employees, which represents the 4,400 cabin crew at the airline, announced the strike on its Facebook page. WestJet confirmed the strike and cancelled 495 flights on Sunday, which affected travel plans in Canada over the weekend. The airline said that the strike led to travel cancellations of more than 250,000 travelers. The probe intensifies in the Peru air crash in which 13 people were killed, according to the Foreign Trade and Tourism Minister of Peru. The pilot of the plane cited a mechanical fault during the flight. The minister told the press that experts from the Aviation Accident Investigation Commission are searching for mechanical evidence. The investigators will try to match the mechanical evidence from the engine with the communication recordings. The minister has added that there was a call from the aircraft indicating it had suffered a mechanical failure. A suicide bomber targeted protesters at an anti-militant rally in northwestern Pakistan. The suicide attack resulted in killing of at least 15 people, including police officers. More than 20 others were injured and are being treated. Now, the attack happened in Kabul, a small town in Swat Valley in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, where demonstrators had gathered near a police station and were chanting anti-militant slogans and demanding peace. At least 5 people were killed and more than 40 missing after a ferry caught fire in Indonesia. The ferry was carrying 271 people off Indonesia's main island of Java. A large-scale rescue operation, including the Navy and nearby commercial vessels, has been launched. The ferry was travelling from Indonesia's second-largest city of Surabaya to the city of Makassar in South Sulawesi. 232 passengers and 39 crew members were on board. Brazil's Workers' Party officially nominated President Lula da Silva and Vice President Geraldo Alckmin as its presidential candidates. Well, the decision was taken during the party's national convention in Sao Paulo yesterday. Well, this marks the launch of Lula's campaign for a fourth presidential term in the 2026 election. Addressing party members, political allies and supporters, Lula defended his administration and called for unity, saying his fourth term would bring further changes to the development of Brazil. The right-wing Liberal Party in Brazil nominates former First Lady Michelle Bolsonaro as a Senate cabinet candidate. Now, this comes amid her reported feud with her stepson, Flavio Bolsonaro, who is the party's presidential nominee. At a campaign rally in Brasilia, Flavio announced Michelle's candidacy and a statement was read out on her behalf by her brother. The Delhi police have clarified that no regular F.I.R. has been registered so far in connection with the alleged abusive remarks made against the Prime Minister. News agency ANI has reported, quoting sources, that a zero F.I.R. was forwarded by Noida police last week, but it is yet to be converted into a regular F.I.R. in Delhi. Therefore, the question of withdrawal does not arise at this stage. Aam Aadmi Party alleged that the Chief Minister Rekha Gupta-led Delhi government has committed corruption of 90 crore in bicycle procurement tender. Addressing a press conference, AAP Delhi President Saurabh Bharadwaj said that the government manipulated the tender process to favour a pre-selected company. He further alleged that the tender conditions were deliberately framed in such a way that a pre-decided company would get the contract. In a dramatic protest in Tiruchirappalli, farmers led by Aya Kanu buried themselves in the sand of the dry Kaveri riverbed to demand the immediate release of water for irrigation. The protesters accused Karnataka of failing to provide Tamil Nadu's share of Kaveri water. Farmers have warned that the shortage could severely impact the Kuruvai crop. Wildfires in eastern Washington state forced the evacuation of more than 60,000 people in the Spokane area. Well, Spokane is the second largest city in the state. Authorities said that at least 600 homes, businesses and other structures were destroyed in the wildfire. It has also added that around 21 square kilometers have been burnt in and around Spokane over the weekend. A wildfire on the Greek island of Kefalonia forced evacuations, with blazes seen burning dangerously close to homes. In Greece, flames spread through western Attica, the region around Athens, threatening communities and an industrial district outside Megara. Firefighting aircraft prevented from collecting water from the sea due to violent gusts. Nearly 500 firefighters and 23 aircraft were deployed, but the heavy winds drove flames through dry forest and crippled the response, preventing some aircraft from reaching the sea to collect water. Heavy rainfall triggered flooding in Russia's Tyumen region, leading to a deterioration in tap water quality in the regional capital of Tyumen, a city of about 870,000 people. Local residents have been complaining for several days about foul-smelling, discolored tap water. Dead fish have also been found in lakes and rivers across the region. Experts attributed the situation to a critical drop in oxygen levels in the water. More than 1,000 people stranded in deep water were rescued by a group of locals in Assam's Sivasagar district. Now, this comes after floodwaters rapidly submerged 4 to 5 nearby villages of Nepali Kuti area in Sivasagar district. Floods continue to impact several parts of Assam, while 5 districts currently are affected by the deluge, according to the latest official figures. Now, there are 5 majorly flood-affected districts, a total of 21 revenue circles, and 335 villages have been affected by the floods. The floods have impacted 136,000 people, while 15,422 hectares of crop area have been affected. Well, going over to some stories from business now. US futures pointed higher to the start of the week, with Dow futures up 265 points or 0.9%. S&P 500 futures gained 0.55% and Nasdaq 100 futures climbed 0.93%. Meanwhile, Asian markets traded mostly lower. Japan's Nikkei lost 0.9%, while the Topix fell more than 1%. South Korea's Kospi tumbled 4.4%, although the small cap Kosdaq rose 3.2%. Australia's ASX 200 was little changed in early trade. Oil prices tumbled more than 4% on Monday after US President Donald Trump said talks with Iran were set to begin, raising hopes of easing tensions in West Asia and keeping the Strait of Hormuz open. Brent crude fell to around $83.5 a barrel, while US stock futures edged higher. Gold prices edged higher on Monday as oil prices tumbled after US President Donald Trump signaled possible talks with Iran, raising hopes of easing tensions in West Asia. Spot gold rose 0.7% to around $4,070 an ounce, while US gold futures gained 0.9%. Now, oil prices fell more than $5 a barrel, reducing fears of a prolonged energy shock and easing some inflation concerns. Japanese yen climbed another 1% on Monday, extending last week's sharp rally after Tokyo confirmed coordinated currency intervention with the United States. The yen strengthened to an intraday high of 156.1 per dollar, following a more than 3% jump over the previous 2 trading sessions. Japan's finance ministry confirmed the joint yen buying with Washington, while Bank of Japan data suggested authorities may have spent nearly $59 billion supporting the currency. Investors are now watching Friday's US jobs report, with fresh labor market data expected to shape expectations for the Federal Reserve's next interest rate decision. Some updates from technology now. Amazon is facing a class action lawsuit in the US over claims that it misled customers about the environmental benefits of seafood sold on its platform. Consumers allege that labels such as Dolphin Safe, Responsibly Sourced, Sustainable and MSC Certified created a false impression that the products had minimal impact on the environment. The lawsuit argues that many fishing vessels cannot be properly tracked and that a significant share of imported wild-caught seafood may not be sustainably sourced. The plaintiffs are seeking damages, saying they would not have bought the products or would have paid less had they known the full details. Google has paused a new AI feature in Google Earth just one day after its launch, following concerns over misleading AI-generated images. Now, the tool allows users to create photorealistic images of any location using text prompts and Google Earth's map data. Google said some users shared images that appear to violate its policies, so the feature has been temporarily disabled, while the company adds stronger safety guardrails. India's data center capacity is expected to grow to around 3 to 3.6 gigawatts by 2030, according to an Axis Capital report. The growth will be driven mainly by global cloud companies such as Amazon Web Services, Microsoft and Google, as well as the rising demand for AI services. However, the report says industry targets of 6 to 8 gigawatts by 2030 may be difficult to achieve due to power shortages, supply chain issues, equipment delays, and construction challenges. But it also notes that AI data centers are more expensive to build than traditional facilities as they require higher power computing infrastructure. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman has suggested that parents can use ChatGPT work to create a personalized daily podcast for their children during the drive to school. The AI-generated podcast could include family calendar events, school activities, sports matches, birthdays, and age-appropriate news. The idea received mixed reactions online, with many people saying parents should talk directly to their children instead of relying on AI. Altman has earlier said he also uses ChatGPT for parenting advice, including questions about his newborn son's development. The European Union has introduced new rules requiring AI systems to clearly tell people they are artificial intelligence and not human. The rules apply to AI chatbots, AI-generated photos and videos, and AI receptionists. New AI systems must follow the rules immediately, while existing systems have until December 2nd to comply. The rules are part of the EU AI Act, the world's first comprehensive law to regulate artificial intelligence, and are designed to improve transparency and prevent people from being misled. A Dutch bookseller has revealed that he received an order for more than 3,000 academic books but ignored it after thinking it was a scam. The request included thousands of titles from major publishers such as Elsevier, Wiley, Routledge, and Oxford University Press, with the books to be shipped to China. Now, the incident has raised questions about whether AI companies are buying large numbers of physical books to train their AI models. As online content becomes less useful for training, AI firms are increasingly looking for high-quality printed material. Last year, Anthropic confirmed it had purchased millions of books, scanned them for AI training, and said the books were legally acquired through commercial channels. Well, let's start with some updates from sports. After 11 days of high-stakes sporting action in Glasgow, curtains fall on the 2026 Commonwealth Games. In a glittering closing ceremony, Scotland handed over the Commonwealth Games flag and the ceremonial baton to India. India will be hosting the 2030 centenary edition in Ahmedabad. India's Olympic gold medalist Neeraj Chopra, Indian Olympic Association IOA President P.T. Usha, and Gujarat Deputy Chief Minister Harsh Sanghvi received the flag and baton as part of the official handover ceremony. India finished fourth in the Commonwealth Games with a total of 39 medals, which includes 13 gold, 17 silver and 9 bronze medals. Indian boxers have created a record by clinching 10 medals. Indian athletes have also bagged 10 medals, while the weightlifters clinched 8 medals. On the other hand, para-athletics saw 6 medals, while 4 medals in judo and 1 medal in para-powerlifting. Jammu and Kashmir first bowler Aqib Nabi has received his maiden call-up to the senior national side. Aqib Nabi has been named as the replacement for Jasprit Bumrah for the upcoming Test series against Sri Lanka. Bumrah has been ruled out of the series as he has not fully recovered from the left knee injury during the ODI series against England. The 27-year-old pacer has impressed with his performance in domestic cricket, claiming 104 wickets across the last two Ranji Trophy seasons. West Indian all-rounder Justin Reeves made an unbeaten 64 to steer the Caribbean nation to 239 for 5 wickets in the opening day of the second and final test against Pakistan in Trinidad and Tobago. On a rain-curdled opening day, Reeves made his foray to the crease when the West Indies were struggling at 91 for the loss of 3 wickets. The 32-year-old showed composure with a fighting knock at the Queen's Park Oval. Argentina's Valentin Barco has joined Chelsea from Strasbourg. Well, the Argentine has linked a 7-year deal with Chelsea and he will join the squad in the pre-season. The 22-year-old enjoyed a stellar season in France, then represented his country in the FIFA World Cup 2026. Barco played only 19 minutes for Argentina in the group stage against Jordan. On to some entertainment stories now. At the global box office, the standout moment belongs to Tom Holland's 4th standalone outing as Peter Parker. The movie has enjoyed a global opening weekend of $927 million. The credit for this largely goes to the early release, which the movie enjoyed in markets like China and India. It is performing exceptionally well in India, where it has amassed approximately 227 crore rupees in just its first 3 days. That is nearly $27.3 million. In China, the movie has earned $121 million during its extended 5-day opening weekend. Christopher Nolan's latest directorial, The Odyssey, continues to demonstrate impressive staying power. In its 3rd week of release, the film earned $51 million in North America and $395.5 million from international markets. Presently, The Odyssey has earned as much as $911.4 million at the global box office. Minions and Monsters is holding its own in a competitive summer market. The film has collected a worldwide total of $450 million. It is currently benchmark set by its predecessors. The original Minions film grossed $1.16 billion globally. Minions and Monsters is a part of the Despicable Me franchise, which recently crossed $5 billion mark globally. After picking up the Best Actor Oscar for Sinners earlier this year, actor Michael B. Jordan is returning to star and direct a new remake of the Steve McQueen heist classic, The Thomas Crown Affair. The project was announced at the 2026 CinemaCon in Las Vegas. Grammy-winning musician John Bastille will be composing the musical scores for the film. The Thomas Crown Affair will open in cinemas worldwide on 5th of March 2027. Pop star Ariana Grande has dropped out of her debut appearance in London's West End. The show's producer said she wants to take a step back from the public eye. The 33-year-old star was slated to star opposite Jonathan Bailey in the Stephen Sondheim musical Sunday in the Park with George in the summer of 2027. But amid renewed public scrutiny of the singer's health, especially on social media, her representative said she wanted a much-deserved break from public appearances when her Eternal Sunshine tour wraps in London on 1st of September.